Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. See, the children was once raised by a village. The elders fell asleep, so the future lost in sinners. Took under the wing by gimmicks and false image, but we bringing them back. Folks is the business from here to finish. No guidance, no growth, no strength, no power, no success, no question about it. Returning to essence without viewer discretion. Love is the message that we bring from the watchtower. StopCussing.com coming to get down. Tonya E, a.k.a. Miss Right Now. Principal, legendary, organized confusion. Nasty habits, entertainment, keeping the moving. We stop cussing. Stop cussing. Stop cussing. Give me shorty. Stop cussing. Let me holler at you. Stop cussing. Nah. Stop cussing. We don't need that. Oh, stop cussing. Yeah. What? Stop cussing. Nah. Stop cussing. Stop cussing. Tonya E.
Think, stack, grow, build, read, plant, sow, feel, teach, facts, show, skill, real talk, you know the deal. Respect your elders, respect yourself, respect your body, respect your health, feed your mind cause it's always hungry. Watch your mouth, don't be a crash test dummy. Get that money, get your brains right, put some work in, keep your game tight. Stop the distant and dozens fighting and fussing. Quit tripping, stop cussing. Think, stack, grow, build, read, plant, sow, feel, teach, facts, show, skills, real talk. You know the deal.
Welcome to another Sunday. You are listening to Women of God and Sisters of Testimonies. I am your host, Tonya E, a.k.a. Miss Right Now, and I want to just thank you for tuning in this Sunday, and this Sunday is a little different, and I'm so thankful for being here today, and instead of our 15 minutes, we're going to have a whole hour. So we don't have to rush through our dialogue, and hopefully you're able to spare some time with us. I have a special guest that's coming up, waiting for him to call in, but in the meantime, you know how we do. We give our Thanksgiving to our Trinity team, because without the Trinity team, I would not be here. So all praise goes to my Heavenly Father, my Savior Jesus Christ, and my anointed Holy Spirit. I hope you all had a great week. Today is a special day, just the same as it's being October 10th, 2010. Number is 101010, and we know numbers are very powerful, just to say. So let's get into it. We're going to wait for our special guest to call in. In the meantime, let's do what we normally do. We still have our show scriptures, and they're coming from 1 John 2. 12 to 29, Revelation chapter 2 and 3. And our topic this week is stated as revolution is being lived just as history is being ignored. Let me repeat that. Revelation is being lived just as history is being ignored. I hope the title within the subject itself speaks for itself, but however, we're going to get into it, and as we last week, as I was working on this show, and please note that I was going to say to the end of the show, but I can tell you now, this will be our last show until further notice, because things are changing. I'm going to a new level, and there's other things going on with me on the personal side that I have to get in tune, but just keep me in prayer as I keep you all in prayer. And also from my show scripture, as it was, Revelation 2 and 3. In Revelation 2 and 3, it stated about 7 churches. And if you know God is about numbers, then you know the 7 churches does not mean just about the building. The churches are us individually. And the word is stated that 7 churches we will have in the revelation that will be is what we're living today. Remember, the title is Revelation is being lived just as history is being ignored. Revolution may be, we're going through some things now too, but we're on the topic of Revelation. And the 7 churches that he stated in the book, the good book says loveless, persecuted, compromising, corrupt, dead, faithful, and lukewarm. What part of the church are you playing today? I hope I'm still in the faithful and being prosecuted because of my walk. However, the other ones I was living somewhat before, but not today. And, we got our special testimony, so we want to keep it moving real quick. But I got you, man. We about to do this. I'm not going to mention your name yet. However, so you have to ask yourself, listeners and Women of God Sisters of Testimonies family, what part of the church you living in? You go to church every Sunday, wherever you worship at. You have to know which season you're in and who you represented, because the church is not the building. The church is what is within yourself and your personal relationship with who your Creator is. So I just hope you just, again, read those chapters, and as we always say, marinate on the Word, because without the Word, you're living a lifeless life right now because there's so much going on. And in the beginning of the show, you may have heard I did 2 of our songs. The first song was our first anthem of Stop Cussing that was written along with myself with legendary Prince Poe. And our second anthem of our Stop Cussing was written by legendary Chef Word. And I'm going to go into 2 quotes that I was able to retrieve early in this week, and it meant so much on our topic just the same. And one quote is coming from Harriet Tubman, and the other one is coming from Maya Angelou. And Harriet Tubman said, "I had crossed the line. I was free, but there was no one to welcome me to the land of freedom. I was a stranger in a strange land." Sound familiar? Now let's go to Maya Angelou. "You can write me down in history with hateful, twisted lies. You can trend me in this very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise." Women of God, Sisters of Testimonies, family and friends, and new listeners, as well as our special guest listeners and followers, we want to just let you know that it's about truth. We have no more time to be sugarcoating anything and thinking that, by not telling our children or standing up to what you believe, stand up. Our people stood up. It's our time. We are in this season. I am just so saddened. I can feel it within my spirit how our ancestors are rolling over in their graves. But I'm not going to talk too much because we got some things we have to hold on to because we got our special guests that we're going to build on just the same subject. So without further ado, let me start to begin to introduce my guest. This brother here is powerful. And I knew him as being part of a rap group in the 90s. However, in the 2000s, I did not know this was the same brother that I was dancing in the dance circles back in the days at the dance clubs that we would go to every Wednesday, Tuesday, and have a backpack. And for those that didn't know, yes, I was a former dancer, not what they're doing today because there's a big difference. And when I seen this brother, in, I believe it was 2005, performing at a Zulu Nation anniversary, I stood there and I just looked at him, and I seen some of his works prior to seeing him perform live. Are you there, caller? Don't just say yes.
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah,
okay,
I'm here. You hear me?
Hold on there. You, I can hear you.
Right on.
And when I seen this brother perform, and for all those that know a little bit about who I am and what I'm about, know that I have been a warrior and a soldier, but just been undercover because I didn't understand my calling. I wasn't walking around in the music industry with a smile on my face. If anybody can recall, they probably see me with a frown on my face because I was frowning because of all the BS, I'll say bad seeding, that was trying to be planted within the grounds that I was walking on because I was a woman of truth then and loved my craft, but it was so much BS, bad seeding in the ground that I was walking in and wanted to be part of, but always was outside, but always in the know. However, when I seen my brother performing, I was so connected, and I was like, my God. And there's so many people that you come across that claim him to be that part of the movement and part of our peoples and part of the just being part of real substance upon what it is that we're going through within our communities to make a difference. I watch people standing around, and I must say people were not paying attention as they should. I was sad. I was not sad. I was mad However, later on towards that evening, I recall walking to my car, and it was a gentleman, producer at the time that I did not know that just happened to meet that night, and he walked me to my car and made sure I was okay. And this same brother's car just happened to be parked right behind mine. And they happened to be leaving out or already was at the car at the time. And when I noticed who it was, I was like, brother, he seemed like he was just as mad as I was. But I said, don't give up. Because when you're standing on the battlefield, please know you may find yourself by yourself. So saying all of that to 2002, what did I say, 2006, yeah, because it was about 2006 to now 4 years later, creeping up like another month will be 4 years. I must say this brother is still doing the same thing that I've seen him doing. Power to our peoples, power to the community, power to the youth. This man is about his word. His word is his bond, and it's very rare that I find people within our circle that's doing what they're saying that they're doing. And that's why, too, you may not find me at a whole lot of spots because I'm not one just to be smiling in somebody's face and being in agreement with everyone. I am a woman of truth. So just in case you don't know, I'm just going to say, brother, from the UMC to today of 2010, we know you as NYOIL.
That's right.
Doing what you do. Welcome to our Women of God Sisters of Testimonies. We're about to break bread because I think it's about that time and that season for them to hear.
Right on.
That is not about religion. It is about truth, because if you are spiritual, you know the word, whichever format you're coming from, the truth is the truth, and it's time to share. So, brother, NYOIL, I want to welcome you to our show, to our listeners. And it's time to break bread.
Right
what's
on.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be here, and I'm already pumped up from, our last encounter on Bill Sessions. It was on from 3 to 5 earlier today. So, my engine is running.
Tell them, because you have the show, too. Tell them about that just to say NYOIL.
Well, I have the show. It's called Bill Sessions, and Bill Sessions is, it's a little different than a lot of other radio shows. It's, obviously it's a blog talk radio show, and, it's talk formatted, but, the mindset behind Build Session is primarily to do exactly what it implies, is to build. The show is there to connect people and to motivate the people that listen, the conscious community as a unit, to get to work. Let's do these things. Like, is this what you want to do? Okay, well, then let's do that. Let's work towards getting that accomplished. Let's get some successes under our belts, because nothing succeeds like success. So if we get some wins under there, we can start seeing the actual physical manifestation of the work that we're doing. I think we'll be really, well equipped to move forward and really get a lot more work done. You know what I'm saying? And that's that's my mindset. I think that we spend a lot of time talking about getting to work, or talking about what we think the people need or what we think the people should do. And I just feel like we should just be doing it, And, if we're going to talk, let's talk about how we're doing it, and let's at least just be, organizing what we're going to do and getting to it, not doing too much pontificating, And so that's what Bill Sessions show is about. I do it basically on on Sunday from 3 to 5, and I think it's going to be Wednesday, but it was going to be from 7 to 9, but that's the the primary hours. And my show was actually before I was actually in that zone where I could do that, but I kind of fell off for a little while because I wanted to do some work within myself, and so I have to do it maybe around lunchtime on Wednesdays. So it'll probably be around 11:30, 12 o'clock, so 2 o'clock on Wednesday. So look for it to be happening then.
Okay, so then they can still go to Blog Talk /Build Session. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you all going to have that information at the end of our show, because I'm going to post it on the blog so you can always go back to it. But, brother, NYO, let's get into it, man, because I am amped.
I know that's right.
I told you I have been amped for a while. I've been sitting back watching a whole lot of BS, bad seed.
That's right.
Okay? So, I'm the co-founder. God is the founder, but I can cuss, but I ain't going to use that for this format today. But we want to get the point across because a lot of stuff going on, and folks keep talking too much. And just as you were saying on your show an hour and a half ago, I understood what you were saying and stating that words are our bonds, and that's what we grew up on. Our word is our bond. But before I say that, I first want to commend you on all the hard work that you're doing, because not everyone can do what you're doing, and folks tend to take us for granted because we don't shout it out or put people on blast.
Right.
That's not who we are.
Yeah, that's, I mean, to be honest with you, it's occurred to me that maybe I'm doing the work that I'm doing a disservice by doing that, because what happens is that it's not that, we're supposed to be out there, bragging, you know what I mean? But
right.
we should be out there letting people know that, there's somebody's out here really doing that work. That, yeah, we're doing it. It's getting done. Like, we're doing it. Because one, it's a rallying cry. You know what I mean? If I know that I'm not the only cat out here struggling to do something, or that people are with me, I'm not alone. You know what I mean? That's a lot of, a lot of people feel alone. People feel alone in faith. That's why you go to church on Sundays, because, you want to get in there and you want to sing and you want to cry and you want to hear that word with people that know your condition, that experiencing it. And they walking in the same direction to resolve their condition. You know what I mean? So that's why we congregate when they say in times of great tragedy, most people flock to the church, and they notice because like when there's a big earthquake or a big giant volcano eruption or whatever, they find a lot of the bodies are found in the churches or in the places of worship. So it's because people don't want to be alone in it. So it's important that we let people know what we're doing, and so people know that these things are getting done. Also because in letting them know we're doing it, and, both you and I are regular people. We got the same, struggles and difficulties that anybody else has. We just got special names we using to promote the things that we're doing in the name of working for the people, but in the name of the things that we do that no one even knows that we really do, these are things we do that anybody else could do. And if they really could connect to the fact that we just regular people, the ordinary people, just and we're utilizing the will and the desire to do what maybe people think are extraordinary. And really, in all honesty, once you get to doing it, you realize how simple it really is. Like, it's kind of straightforward. I just made a decision to do it, and I started doing it. And now it's getting done.
Well, that's because you have been implanted with the right ingredients. Everybody can't. That's one of the things when I used to go and talk to our kids or communities and so forth, everybody is not equipped to be a leader. If you have not been appointed, don't appoint yourself. And like you said before about boasting, it's not about boasting, because so many people, the ones that boast are the ones that are not really doing anything. I felt your fire within you when I seen you perform. I felt your fire before I seen you perform. And then when I started going back to my little flashback moments of the dance days, going back to the videos, I'm like, blue cheese. I'm like, and then I'm listening to the lyrics. I'm like, you're no different than what you was doing then. Mm-hmm. It's just that you have matured as a man. And I want to say also, thank you for being a father and a dad.
That's right.
First and foremost, and a husband, to where you're doing, not just for yours, but you're doing for the community, children, just the same. So let's go back. I know you said something about, being lonely and being where you are. That's part of the characteristics of being a leader. And I'm speaking from experience. It used to bother me that I thought something was wrong with it. Like, what am I doing? Why can't they see what I see? And it's only because when I started hearing and obeying NYOIL that I understood, because I used to hear, I've been called since 9 years old. I did not understand. I have been different all my life, but didn't understand. Like I said, I wasn't running around in the industry with a smile on my face. I had a frown. Maybe that's why when they see me now, they're like, "That's the same Tonya?" Yup.
I know that's right.
Because I'm walking with a different light. My attitude is I know where it came from now. Mm-hmm. I'm a better person. So when you mentioned about being lonely, you're never lonely. Just like when I read earlier in regards to the quote from Harriet Tubman. She said, when she went to the free land, she went to welcome me to the land of freedom. No one was there to welcome her. So we walking with more than we know we walking with. And I'm totally in agreement. I understand better now who I am because I do have my ancestor spirit walking within me. I do have that Harriet Tubman walking within me. Just my grandma alone and her mother. Nothing was just giving. They had to work for it. So let's get into let's go into the community because you're doing a lot. You have PEMG. Tell our listeners who PEMG is and the great work that you're doing.
Yeah, well, that's something I'm real proud of. That speaks directly to working in the space and the places that you occupy. We do a few things out of here. I'm from Staten Island, New York, so we do a lot of things on Staten Island that are proactive and in the community. One of the things that we do, one of the things that I do specifically, is PEMG. It's named my company, Petroleum Empire Media Group. But what I did was under that company, I invited young people to my house to be mentored through hip-hop. Now, I've heard of people doing stuff like that before, and I've seen those programs, and the programs, to me, were flawed. Of course they meant well. I giving them the benefit of the doubt, not knowing the people that did them, let me say. But the problem I felt is that it really, a lot of times, people that do it's more done as a good idea and less of, I really have an agenda with this thing and I'm going to see that agenda through. I really have an end point somewhere here and I'm going to see that through. For me, my experience comes back from when I was with the UMC'S and having been, for lack of a better term, jerked by the record labels. And so we put out all this music and classic albums and, we're a legendary group and all of that, but we never got paid for the music that we put out. And so it was a very traumatic and hurtful experience because, based on the amount of money that I should have made, I should have been pretty well off right now. And, there's things that I suffered in life that I wouldn't have had to suffer if I had got paid for the work I did. And I couldn't really, there's nothing I can really do. I can't do anything about that right now. And that, there ain't nothing that God ain't put it together for that to be that way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, eat that. But, and I oftentimes be very upset about that. But then I looked at it and say, well, maybe a lot of the suffering that I go through is, a lot of suffering that I've gone through. You know what I'm saying, has been, or disappointments, because I don't know that I really suffered that much in my life, but maybe it's disappointments. But, that stuff is based around the idea that, yo, I need you to struggle a little bit. I need you to be kind of always a little upset, a little riled up, because you get to work when you're upset. You get to work when you're riled up. When you just chilling, you sit on your butt and watch TV all day, because I will. You know what I mean? But when you riled up, yo, you go to work. And so, because I'm perpetually upset on some level, my revenge to this industry was, well, you guys jerked me, and so I'm going to jerk y'all by taking away the talent from you. I'm going to teach these kids not only to be extremely talented, but I'm also going to teach them to be independent. I'm going to teach them to be their own men and women, and I'm going to give them value quantifiers. I'm going to give them a sense of direction. I'm going to teach them to be loyal, to be honest. I'm going to make character an extremely strong part of what I do. And I'm going to, and my main thing was I'm going to develop this such that I'm going to focus all of my energy on the good kids. Now, that was a real big thing for me, because I felt like we do too much stuff for the bad kids. and let me be clear, when I say bad kids, a.k.a. at-risk youth. So you got kids that are in the same condition as at-risk youth are, right? And same terrible circumstances, but these kids ain't doing none of that negative stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? As much as one can be uninfluenced by what's around them, you know what I mean? And they were strong enough not to succumb to the gangs and the drugs and all this other carrying on, you know what I mean? And now everybody named Mother is putting together a program for kids that's at risk. Now, I was one of these kids that was doing his thing. It was a good kid, did what I was supposed to do. And what ends up happening is that cats around me that were quote unquote at risk, right? Which at the end of the day, they was bad. You know what I'm saying? They acted up. These wild kids. You know what I'm saying? They would get exposed to all these wonderful opportunities that later in life, when life finally got to them and that life calmed them down, they were positioned to take advantage of these wonderful opportunities that people placed in front of them because they were at risk. Me, on the other hand, I woke up one morning and had no idea what to do with myself because people just left me alone, figuring, oh, he all right, he good, he going to be all right, you know what I'm saying, he's smart, you know what I'm saying, he all right, he'll be all right, he'll figure it out. Figure what? Our life is just as much a mystery to me as it was to the next kid, and I was earnestly seeking out solutions. So I was like, yo, when I do what I'm doing this for good kids, man, the ones that's trying their best. And I'm going to build it around that. So what I did with the program is that I developed it such that, what they do is the first thing I did was they would be introduced to me by my own kids. I have 3 kids of my own. So my kids would bring they would bring somebody they thought. We had knew a couple of kids. One of them, his name's 1228. And he's actually a walking deacon. And that's my guy right there. He's a good kid. And 12, I'd see him perform in a couple of things that I had judged, was the judge at this thing. And, he was a right rapper, you know what I'm saying? Great, but he had, great spirit and great heart and, he's a great showman. And, you could tell he just really loved what he was doing and he loved rap. You could just tell it, So I liked his energy and I liked the spirit. So I was like, tell this kid to come through, So he came through and he brought his friend, another young man, he goes by the name of Lyrics. And so, I explained to him, what all I'm doing. And he was like, all right, they were interested. But what ended up happening is I had to prove to them that what I was doing was real. So, I let them perform a Hip Hop for Haiti, which was another event that I was involved in this year. You know what I mean? When the Haiti tragedy went on, I was tapped by Sister Queen Yonahda, and she asked me to take care of the New York leg of the Hip Hop for Haiti event, and I did that. I let the 2 kids perform during the event, and they did their thing. You know what I'm saying? They did their thing. And they were hooked after that because they seen that everything that I said I would do would happen. If I said something was going to go down, it was going to happen. But before they could perform, I set tasks for them. You have to get 300 new Facebook friends. You have to get 300 friends on Twitter. 300 people have to follow you on Twitter. Like, this was my first task for them. And everything that they've gotten to do so far has been contingent on them achieving a goal so that everything has value. And so then to ramp it up, people was hearing about the stuff that they were doing in their school. And they would want to invite someone else to be a part of the organization. And what I would tell them is, if you're going to bring this person through, then you're responsible for that person. That means you're going to the book. That's what we call it, going to the book. That means you're literally going to write your name next to that person's name in the book. And if that person screws up, they don't do what they say they're going to do, they word ain't they bond, they don't follow through, we getting rid of them, and we getting rid of you. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, this is after these kids did all this extra work. They worked hard. You dig? And they had these incredible experiences. They got to meet all these big stars. So they knew everything about PEMG was real. If it wasn't real, it sure had the potential to be. So now they're leveraging peer pressure, peer relationships, the high school social hierarchy versus a real opportunity to do what they really, really want to do. And I'm sorry, did you say something?
I was saying, so what you have taught them is word is bond, what we have grew up on, character and being held accountable.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you something that's incredible. Can you imagine, like, the cool kids coming to your house and, your son looking at the cool kid and the cool kid want to do something with your son and your son turning around looking at him and saying, nah, man, I ain't going to be able to do that with you because you know what, your word ain't your bond. And, you said you was going to do this and you ain't do that. And, you be late a lot of times when we supposed to do stuff and you don't really be doing your thing in school. I don't think I could go to the book for you. Wow. Are you kidding me? We crushed peer pressure in these schools. School is notorious for peer pressure. And we crushed it. These kids, I got 8 kids right now that's officially in the organization at this point. We just added the 8th. And her name is Kennedy, actually. So we're really proud of her because she had to go, like, every now as it's grown, the trial to get in, everybody that joins got to do something like that's very humiliating, but it's growth. There's a growth opportunity. Like, you got to face your fear. So she had to actually go out with the 2 people that signed for her, and because 2 people co-signed her. So the 3 of them had to go out one weekend and raise $40. But the way she had to raise it was she had to sing for it. She had to go, you're a singer, you're a rapper, go earn it. Go sell your trade. Go outside, and if you can't get enough, if you can't get people to donate, give you $40 for what you do, then you ain't even no point in even doing it. You ain't gonna be able to fill no arena. And let me tell you, I said I'll give you a weekend, and it was Friday when she went to go do it. I said Monday when you come back, it has to be done. And so they came back Saturday after 6 hours of being out there with $42. I was like, yes, Lord.
Right. You're doing a great job, and like I said, NYOIL, I commend you. So with that, you done combine family plus communication, plus community. And we're gonna go into your first song called More and More. Is that all right with you? And we do have a caller. And
I just to clear, it's the first song we're gonna play. It's not my first song, but it's just in case somebody get confused.
It's the first song of my playlist. Is that
right.
okay?
Yeah. I just want to make sure people know.
Right.
I ain't first joint.
This is not his first song, so let me clarify that because y'all need to hear his first song. Probably get some dance moves back in the days. We also have a caller. Caller, please hold on because we wasn't looking to have callers, but I'm not going to ignore you. So if you can hold on after More and More, we'll come right back, all right? So this is More and More by NYOIL. I am your host, Tonya E., a.k.a. Miss Right Now. Listen to the lyrics, y'all.
And I listen to your heart beating. Yeah, fam. NYOIL. Hey, look here, man. Don't get it twisted with me, man. I'm not here to preach. You know what I mean? This is not my thing, really, But what it really is this, man. I just want more from us, man. Having high expectations for your people ain't preaching, B. It's preaching, it's teaching.
I want knowledge, more chances, right? I want to feel like there's more opportunity for my people to see the light. More self-determination, going after what you really want, and no more waiting. I want more men, less boys, more brothers to stand like true warriors and make some noise. I need more fathers to bring home toys, to bring back joy, stand for the family like the wars of Troy. Hey, more queens, less mothers and teens, more focus on the family as a collective team. Less trauma, more big mama, more dignity, more self-respect, more honor, more tradition, more kids learning to listen, discipline, more spiritual people and less religion. More chances to hug my daughter, she's growing up so fast and I need to support her. More time with my youngest, he's a beautiful mind. More patience to teach him better and get him refined. As my oldest gets older, I need more time so I can help him get an education better than mine. I want better politicians, more that care to listen, more thinking of the will of the people while making decisions. More community love, more neighborhood pride, more outrage when our children die. I want more. I want more parents checking in on the schools, more aggression when addressing how our kids been fooled. More abuse, more than just white news, more exposure to more of the truth. More respect for intellect, more balance, more focus on academics and less on physical talents.
more healthy food, more disdain for the fact that people starve on this earthly plane. More marriage, before baby carriage, more expectations, less acceptance of average. More money, more summer, more sunny, more jokes with the fam. Cause damn, they more funny. I want more people wanting more. More people realizing that this life is worth fighting for. More sisters hitting the gym, more going back to the track and bringing a friend. More respect for the elders, more desire to listen to the things they tell us. Sometimes less is more, but in this, I'm sure these things that we need much more. We need more.
Ouch.
I know that's right.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Look at here. Let's go to this caller, 601. And NYOIL, you with me? I don't know who's calling in, but we want to thank you for holding on and hope you was able to hear the show. And I'll give you time to voice your opinion. Who's 601? Please identify yourself and share your words.
Oh, no, this is Skip. I wasn't by a computer, so I just wanted to call in to listen to the show. No, I was just listening. I don't have much to say.
Are you okay with the show? We speaking no truth, man? Oh,
yeah, of course.
Skip is being modest. This young brother's a dope MC, you know what I'm saying? And actually I got exposed to him through a mutual friend, you know what I mean? DJ Trackstar, you know what I mean? And this young brother right now is doing the same kind of work that NYOIL is doing lyrically, which is speaking truth to power the best he can, you know what I'm saying? So he's being modest right now because, he just, you know what I mean? But, I want to make sure that people know that that's a name that you should look for, you know what I mean?
Oh, well, thank you, brother. But I was just listening to the show. That's all.
Well, we appreciate you, Skip. And you want to join in or you just want to hold on?
Yeah,
because you are part of the industry. You part of the community, man. So you know what? I'm the host of the show, so I can say yes, no, and I say yes. You're going to hold on, and you're going to be live with us, so we're going to continue the conversation. That's okay with you?
Oh, that would be great.
Okay, so you hold on. So NYOIL, let's get back to family and community. You done said so much with the combination of our kids and what our kids are in need of. And I've been, like I said, been quiet for a while because of going through some things, but not stopping my movement and making myself known upon. I'm still standing on the front line. Speaking on the industry note, so many of our kids want to be part of this quote-unquote industry, which I parentheses with the D-U-S-T as dust.
Mm-hmm.
From what you have experienced, Skip, from what you may have experienced and still experience just the same, what can we do as me being a woman? And I tell people my age because I need them to know I'm not a young woman. I'm young, but I'm wise. 40 years old, and I'm seeing our young ladies walk around here and have the false imagery of what a woman's supposed to be. Wearing the 8-inch heels, we have the mother, the daughter, the grandmothers wearing the same clothing. From what they're seeing on the music videos to what is being played on the radio, I'm totally disgusted. I personally feel that the music industry, I've said this before, need to have a laxative. Enough is enough. When are we going to stop? And I know NYOIL, you're working on some other things in regards to the hip-hop community just the same. What part do you think we have to do collectively in order to dilute, as far as even going to the schools, going to the PTAs, and I hold the parents 100% accountable, and that's what I'm seeing and hearing and really mad at that they keep missing that bar. They keep putting it on the system.
Well,
but in order for the children to be where they are, it does not start from home and us as being that village?
Well,
give me your input.
I'll tell you what. This is one of those things that is not. There's no simple answers to complex problems, unfortunately. But I do believe that there are some things that we can do on a very immediate level to resolve some of these problems. One of the things is nothing succeeds like success. And the reason why everybody, and black community is particularly susceptible to this because we will migrate to whatever seems to be successful or works or looks like it's a good time. And You know, and a part of it has to do with a low self-esteem issue. You know, when you don't feel like nothing, then you know if you don't feel like within yourself, you don't feel that's a security, then you have to buy $100 jeans and a $200 shirt and $200 sneakers, and you know what I'm saying, and put on the trappings of power and prestige because it's not generating from within you. And you know that this is very true because if you ever, you know, and most people could relate to this, you know, if you ever been, you could go out someplace and be dressed to the nines, but you don't have no money on you for whatever reason. And, you know, no matter how fly you look, it's never quite together. And you can go someplace the same time and be dressed terrible, like be just bummied out, you know what I'm saying? But, yo, you got a pocket full of money or your bank account is busting at the seams, and you're like, yo, I'm feeling good right now. You can't tell me nothing. I know I'm good, even though I ain't dressed clean right now. I could go in the store and just get fresh right now on you. Like what? You know what I'm saying? And that's why one of the reasons why when kids start snapping, when people, you know, when we get to snapping on each other, we say stuff like, you know, oh, that's why these shoes cost more than your entire outfit, you know, because we're trying to establish a sense of value externally that we don't feel internally. Now, I'm saying that because I want to speak to how we resolve it, but I need us to at least come to consensus that this is true. You know what I mean? That this is one of the reasons that we experience this is because our people have such a sense of low self-esteem because of all the things that we've been doing, the way that we've made the look in the world. You know, we've made it look like we're nothing, even though everybody wants to be us, but no one want to be, you know, everybody want to be like us, but nobody want to be us. So,
real talk.
So now the thing is, you got young ladies right now that their whole image, their whole sense of image is wrapped around sexuality. You know, if you look at, there's no value quotient that's being placed on a woman's intellect, the beauty of her spirit, the fortitude that she possesses, the fact that she's a nation builder, you know. Like these things are, and I'm not one of these dudes that, let me say, I am not the type of man that panders to women at all. Like I don't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't try to, and the black woman is the queen of all, and all black women, because all black women ain't queens. You dig?
Right.
And all black women ain't the most beautiful thing. Nah, some of them is some low down dirty dogs. Just like everybody else is. Everybody's a screw up. People are jerks, and everybody is people. So I believe that. But that notwithstanding, there were things about beautiful women, like beautiful, spiritually beautiful, mentally good, just strong women that you're like, wow, man, that sister, bro, I couldn't get nowhere without her. I couldn't have done none of this if she wasn't on my team. Because this sister just, wow, man, it's just like, yo, she a building block, man. She's mortar, you know what I mean? She's what go in between them bricks. You know what I mean? You're looking at this brick, you say brick wall. I look at the brick, I'm saying this wall is being held together by mortar, you know? But that's never emphasized about women, you know? And so when you look at rap music and the videos, the women shaking their tail and doing all that they doing, and it's pleasing to the eye for your man, but it's degrading to the soul for everybody. But no one really realizes it because it speaks to our lower urges. And right now, everybody's really focused on their lower urge because their lower urge is most easily satisfiable, meaning that I can easily go and have sex. I can easily get a woman. I can more easily have a woman have some sort of sexual encounter with me than I could to get her to help me do something that's positive for us both.
Real talk.
It's just easy. You know what I'm saying? Because I can have sex with a woman because I got 20-inch rims on my truck. And I can have sex with a woman because I got an outfit. Or because I rap. You know, like, you know, I can get off stage after doing a good show and have sex with a woman. Like, that's never nothing. But, you know, and so it's easy. And the woman can gratify herself just as much, because we make it seem like women don't like sex or something like that. So the woman is just as gratified by the attention. You know what I mean? So these things are occurring because they're easy. So now I'll bring it home with this. What we can do to resolve this, and there's more to it, but I don't want to get too long of a diatribe about it without answering the question directly. The point of it is that we need to attack that part of it. Now, we know that our people have a low self-esteem. We know that our people will go to whatever seems most, they'll flock to whatever looks successful, right? And we know that people, we're doing certain stuff because it's easy. Well, here it is. Here's how we fix it. Let's make somebody succeed that's doing the things that we say we want them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get, I'll give you a perfect example. Right now, I'm actually in the process of putting together this song. It's called Game Time. My oldest son actually did the beat. It's his first beat that he did, right? And like I said, we just added a new young lady to PEMG, so that makes 3 young ladies that we have. One is 12, one is 18, and the other is 17. They did their verse, and let me tell you, between you and I and the listeners, it's the same beat. Both the boys are gonna do it, and I got this, the 3 fellas. They got 3 fellas, 3 ladies on either song, right? And the 3 fellas version is not seen the version with the 3 girls. You heard their verse? Their song is so hot, yo. I can't even lie to you. I shouldn't even be saying this because God forbid they hear it, but I'm telling you.
It's live.
But I'm telling you, they kept. But so now here it is, right? They and because the way my program works, the young ladies they starting to construct how they want they shoot their video. They're involved in their whole process. They got to pioneer it. Now, you know how none of them is gonna be dressed like no whores. They ain't gonna be having their cleavage out. Heck, one of them's my daughter. I ain't having that. I got an aunt. The other one's 12 years old. I ain't having that. You know what I'm saying? And the other one, I had to go speak to her parents and ask her parents' permission for her to be a part of this program. I ain't going to have to go back and explain to their parents why I let their daughter be in some video where her breasts is all out or something like that, or you can see the dark meat of her butt because that's how high cut them shorts is. I'm not doing that. That's not happening. And I don't rock like that because I would be uncomfortable in that condition. But they're going to be chilling. It's going to be fun. It's going to be age appropriate. And they're super duper talented. Now, here's my question. If we, right, the people listening, make them win, that means treat this thing the way we treated Obama getting elected. Treat it like, yo, this could be we could make a difference here. They win. If they win, guess what? Every girl's going to want to be like them.
We win.
Because they won.
That's right. We win. You know what? We winning. We're going to continue to win because this hour went by so fast. But we're going to continue to win because I want to get into your second song on my playlist.
I know that's
okay, right. We heard that, right? On my playlist. You heard that, Skip, right? On my playlist.
That's
it's called Close Your Eyes. Close Your Eyes by NYOIL. Hold on for a second. We're going to listen to that and we'll come right back, all right? We all right with that?
Yeah.
Real talk. I'm your host, Tonya E., a.k.a. Miss Right Now.
Your heart go there, so close your eyes and you may. Your heart go there, so close your eyes and you may.
Maybe you should close your eyes and keep them shut, cause if you let them open up, you see that the world's corrupt. You see that they trying to keep you confused with fear and lust. You see that they selling you lies, your eyes open up. White kids closing their eyes to the lies of their people, and thus they taught to feel that the playing field's really equal. Ignorance ain't bliss, it's evil. And now their eyes are so shut that if they opened up, they still won't believe you. Are the sins of the father the sins of the son? They become when the son don't acknowledge where the sin come from. We ain't the only ones blind, deaf, and dumb. We all victims of racism. There's nowhere to run. You gotta make a personal decision, but the day gon' come that these fumes from these fossil fuels will blot out the sun, or we declare our independence, the government's overrun, and the lies that control your lives is all but done. For real, where that come from, huh?
Your heart go there, so
yeah, you close your eyes, man, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. You don't want to see what's going on for real. You know what I mean? Maybe if you click your heels 3 times, we'll be back in Kansas, you know what I mean? Brothers is living the wizard of Oz for real, man. Better wake up, shit's happening all around you, huh? What? Maybe you should close your eyes, keep them shut. My people dying, but I'm getting mine, so I say, so what? Skinny jeans and baked up, I'm straight up.
Pop culture got me so stuck I can't wake up. Black kids closing their eyes cause they wanna be fly, so while they're soaring, everything is substance is boring. Despite you wanting all their good advice they ignoring. Black girl lost that she found out whoring. If it ain't flashy or fun, they get no run. And they don't know from whence they come from. Thus they don't respect the strength of the drum. Or do they see how the rhythms is made to make them dumb? Maybe they'll get it when they learn this fact, that the population of private prisons is mainly black. Read the 13th Amendment and Bible fact, cause this is how they intend to bring slavery back. And that's real, you better know it, no doubt. Yo, I'ma tell you something, man. Maybe you should just close your eyes. Maybe pretend ain't none of this happening around you, you know what I mean? Y'all doing a good job of it as it is, yeah? Shit. Do like they do in the movies when a killer come into the room, just pull the covers over your head and hope it'll go away, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to face nothing. Your brothers ain't brave, man. Ain't no real stand-up, man. Man, wouldn't let this happen to his people, kid.
Yeah, you better know it.
That NYOIL, man, when I heard that, I let my son listen to all three tracks, because, you know, my little man is my little soldier in training just the same. And he was listening. His head was going just the same as mine. I was like, all right now, mind you, he's 13. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That song just like, again, that's where we are right now. So many people. Skip, you still with us?
I am. I'm listening back.
Okay. So many of us, not you and I, Skip, but so many of our counterparts and our brothers and sisters have their eyes closed. And we need to have our eyes open. We don't have too much longer on the show, and I just want you to just, like, give a plea to our listeners, you know, to the communities, you know, because this is going to be archived, as you already know, how Blog Talk Radio does. And like I said, I was so amped for this show this week because real talk has to be spoken. And the media is not going to broadcast it. I'm about sick going to, like, different arenas and hearing the same blah, 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 blah. You being on the front line. Huh?
Well, you know, listen, I'll tell you what. You know, you can't plead about it because the fact of the matter is that at the end of the day, the people have to see, y'all got to come to it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to see it. You know, and that's why I wrote the song the way I did. You know, maybe you should close your eyes and keep them shut. Because if you let them open up, you'll see that the world's corrupt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so that's why. And at the end of it, you hear me say, you know, maybe I should do like they do in the horror movies. You know what I'm saying? Close your eyes and, you know, pull the covers over your head and hope that the monster don't come and get you. You know what I mean? Because that's really what it amounts to. So close your eyes, give up. It's cool. You know, like, you know, giving up, there's a bliss in it, so give up. Now, and every time you close your eyes, realize that you get a step closer and a step closer. When you ever see a bum on the street, you say, yo, how could this dude succumb? Everybody think bums is crazy, and they're not. A lot of them, bums are homeless people, for lack of a better term. Homeless people, but some of them have just closed their eyes and said, you know what, I give up on all this. I'm not doing this no more. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Right. I'm not gonna try to deal with this. I just want to survive. Let me just get through I'm good. I could do this. I've succumbed to this level. I've let myself get to survival mode. As long as I survive, I'm good. I don't want to deal with bills and, you know, and other stuff. I ain't worrying about that. Well, you could do that. And that's what you should do if that's what you feel like doing. But
well, you know what,
if you want more, I'm saying if you want more, if you want the more that's available in this world, you know, instead of us having these weekends, a weekend, the type of weekend where this Friday comes, is all you could do to gather as much as you can over Saturday and Sunday so you can go back to the slave pit on Monday. If you want to have something more than a weekend, well then let's open up our eyes and start doing something that's real. If you want to be, you know, if you want to stop being a professional disattender in your home, you got a kid in the house and you don't even know him, you send him outside in the streets that you don't even want to go outside into, and then you wonder why every time your kid comes home, you don't even recognize that kid anymore. You don't even know this same person you raising in your home, to the point that it has got such that he's daggone near an enemy or she's a daggone near enemy in your own house. Well, you keep on closing your eyes. But if you want to know the life that's available to us, and life is good, y'all. If you want to see the life, then open your eyes and let's get to work. And it's not hard, y'all.
I'm not trying to cut you off, but I'm looking at the time too, Brother NYOIL, and I want you to speak to our men because I feel that we as women, we're talking too much, and our men have to stand up. So what I need you to do is just say something to our brothers, our men, our fathers that are not in contact with their kids and let them know they need them, just the same as the next man coming in the household to take care of their children, just man to man. And then we're going to close out, and I have to play your recent track as my third song on my playlist that will definitely open up their eyes.
I just want to say to brothers out there, as simple as this, you know, you don't know what you're missing. And being a father has been a difficult prospect, you know what I mean, and sometimes sad and disappointing. But man, listen, yo, look, man, I was raised without my father, so, and I'm 40 years old almost, and I'm still running around here wishing that I had a relationship of value with my dad, you know what I mean, and. Even if you're having a hard time with the woman, brothers, and like that, all you gotta do, man, just do for the kid, man. Just keep doing for your child. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta, just stay consistent with that. That's the burden, that's the trial, man. And brothers, we gotta stop being down for whatever, because that's half the reason why some of y'all find yourselves in these relationships with women that aren't qualified to be with you, or you're not qualified to be with. You was with her and you was just wanting to have sex. You wasn't with her because you wanted her, or you wasn't with her because you qualified that woman and made a marriage that's based on something other than your lower urges. So, that's a whole nother show to really get into that, because there's a lot to it and there's a lot to discuss on it. But ultimately, when you fail to do the job of raising our children, then you are akin to a traitor to your race. And that is about the best segue as I could give you to the final song, which is called Race Trader. When y'all hear this song, you could friend me on Facebook, NYOIL Ideal, and you could get the link to that song and download it if you would, or you can look at the video, which is actually kind of funny. And if you know somebody that you feel has betrayed their race, betrayed the people that love them, betrayed the people that need them the most, you should post that video on their page and let it be known that you're not standing for it and that NYOIL said it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is NYOIL, and I approve this message.
Dollar bill, y'all. Dollar bill, y'all. Dollar bill, y'all. Uno peso. Uno peso. Uno.
Yeah. NYOIL. I just felt like doing it, because I can. You dig? Fall back. Deal with it. You dig? Shuck and jive for paper. Sold your soul. Self-hater. In Tambo. Behavior. Y'all see these race traders. High trader. Y'all see these race traders. High trader. Y'all see these race traders. Agent provocateurs get pop for yours. It's the return of the lion with them sickness claws. Rugged and raw like I'm down by law. I gotta ask some of these kids what they coolin' for. Ragooning your goofy out Disney flicks. Frauds, dildo dicks and silicone tits. Lord, y'all do this funny, what y'all do for money. Got your thug out of book, nigga goon for dummies. I know y'all right. Rough on the mic, rough when you drive right. Eat duggin', be muggin', live for the limelight. Matter of fact, I'm different. This is wants and needs. When you wanna be something, I was born in that breed. When you need to be something, I was born to see. And it's the reason I don't make it in the past of my seat. You dig? Shuck and jive for paper. Sold your soul. Self-hater. In Tambo. Behavior. Y'all see these race traders. High trader. Y'all see these race traders. High trader. Y'all see these race traders. Look, these cops say the word short of hypocrites. They talking unity and they ain't even doing shit. You say it's you and me, but really it's what you can get. You ain't equipped. That's why NYOIL flip. You're not legit. You want the guy to co-defend, but I'm offended because I'm ending on trainers in one sentence. No reason or treason. It's duck season. You found stuck and died in the name of appeasing. No meaning, all scheming. Fake revolutionary daydreaming, swimming in their own semen. Poverty pimps, trying to keep the people convinced. It's all about talking, not the current events. And ever since some coons get my respect, cause they do what they say, and they say what they meant. They say they trying to be icy, and they froze it. savor the other man's flavor. Some peak behavior and adjust they flavor. Concoct some caper to abuse and misuse they neighbor. Some claim they down for the hood, but when you look around, them clowns trying to hold the hood down. And don't object to how they earn their paper, or you'll be called to snitch and label a hater. And then that's the devil shit. That's the devil trick. They make the right sound wrong with the quickness. And y'all weak in the mind, so y'all flip with and get with something that your heart know ain't legitimate. Shop and job for paper, soul to soul, self-hater. It's Cambo behavior. Y'all see these race traders, high trader, high trader. Y'all see these race traders, high trader, high trader. Y'all see these race traders. What? My name is NYOIL, and I approve this message.
Hey, it's me, Tyler. Bose open earbuds are stylish. The color, the way it looks almost like an earring, you know, so I feel like it could go with anything. My style is very fun. I feel like I always look like I'm on holiday. I just really like playing around with it and tying it to the music. So yeah, I really feel like the music I'm making right now feels like a holiday, so I want to look like it too. Check out Bose.com for more.
With the cold weather incoming, what's the obvious choice for a backyard upgrade? Hint, it's a Solo Stove. Solo Stoves are smokeless, and that's not blowing smoke. With a patented design with signature 360-degree airflow technology to feed the flames and burn off smoke before it gets into your hair or clothes. Create the perfect atmosphere this fall. With over 222,000 5-star reviews, Solo Stove is the ultimate fire pit. Just ask Snoop Dogg. With countless sizes, there's a Solo Stove for every backyard. From tabletop fire pits to pizza ovens and even fire pits designed to sit 8+ people, there's something for everyone. With a lifetime warranty, enjoy the comfort of your 100% stainless steel fire pit without the worry of it breaking. Solo Stoves are built to last, not just for the season, but forever. Get yours now at solostove.com.